Okay, what do normally happen? What do you normally happen to talk about during that meeting? This is just probably a warm up before we move into our tasks for
Yeah,
today.
we were discussing about a performance bond issue.
Mm-hmm. Would you please tell me a little bit more?
When you sign a contract with the government. Hello?
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
When
hear
you sign up a contract with the government, you have to issue something for the government called the performance bond. It's usually 5% of the purchase order of the PO, and they use it just once you, let's say, you don't supply them with the agreed products, or you let's say how to say that it's يخلف.
Okay, breach or violate. So we have
Violate.
breach.
Yeah, I know them.
Violate.
When you breach your contract, so they deduct this amount. It's usually 5%. It's in favor of the Minister of Oil. We were discussing an issue regarding that, so we had a meeting.
Lovely.
And
okay.
I've been once you said I'll be busy, I won't call you. So I went to the supermarket and the market. So I'll just go for some shopping for the house.
Okay.
I made lunch. I'm making lunch now. And waiting for my wife just to come back home.
So you're the housewife.
We owe you a lunch, by the way.
Definitely. I'll make sure to pay you a visit once you have free time to have lunch together.
Sure. You're welcome.
Tell me about your 3G. Did you activate 3G, and what's your impression about 3G?
The 4G, you mean?
4G. I'm sorry, 4G. Yeah, they are the same, I think.
I didn't activate it, and I usually use my Asia cell phone, and accidentally, it's the SIM card was not. I wasn't the man who bought it. I got it from my friend. My friend lives in Turkey now, in Istanbul, and I can't change the SIM card. I went to the customer service, and they asked me about 10 numbers that I usually call, so they can double check if it's really my SIM card. You know, it's just for not losing the SIM card.
For
I'll be
authentication.
waiting. Yeah, so I'll be waiting. I made the list, but I have no time just to visit Asiso. It's near of me. It's in Mansour, but I don't have extra time just to change the SIM card.
What's your on calendar for the weekend?
Today I'll just go to meet the Harthia representative. I'll be with him for around 2 to 3 hours. Then I'm going to meet some friends. They are my wife's friends, and we became friends. So we had a nice group of 5 persons or 5 people. One of them working in Maysan, and he's visiting Baghdad now. So we were gathering.
Okay, perfect. I think that's awesome. Just because you just need to change the scenery and do a bit of things that are relatively different. Honestly, I was curious to ask you about your hobbies, like things that you do during your free time. What sort of
I don't have free time, so I don't like hobbies.
Like, generally speaking, if you were to have free time, by the way, this is a very common structure that, for example, we hear, if I were to be in Paris, I'm typing that up to you.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm in the kitchen, so I...
Don't worry. I will just say it to you, but just very quick. Sometimes you hear people say, if I were to be in Paris, or if I were to be in London. So they use I were instead of I was. And
why?
that's because this is hypothetical, افتراضي. So because it's hypothetical, it's not happening in reality. We have to use a different form of the grammar in order to indicate that. So when we are writing, for example, in IELTS, and you're using this form or this structure, you should not say if I was the president of the country. You have to say if I were the president of the country. And this does not mean something in the past, because we normally see was and were used in past.
Yeah.
This is something we call hypothetical time. It is not happening. I'm not the president, but I am assuming that I am the president. And because of this assumption, things are not real, so we need to substitute to give alternative form to indicate that this is not real. So we say, if I were you, I will not go to meet that doctor, for example. So this form is very common in writing. And in case you're writing for IELTS, or if you're writing a formal email and you want to indicate a hypothetical situation or scenario, you just need to use that form particularly.
Okay.
I want to say also, since we are talking about the writing topic today, what I wanted to talk with you for half an hour is discuss your writing, the task that you've done, and to show you that I am very impressed by what you wrote.
Was it good or no?
I don't like the word good, so I would say impressive.
Impressive? It's a big word.
Few days ago, I was in one of my friend's shops in Baghdad, and I heard him talking to a representative of a company in Dubai, and he was talking English to him, and his English was really good. Yeah. And when he showed up, I said, "Your English is terrific." But he was terrific.
Can you just write it down?
Terrirific, like traffic, terrific.
Terrific. What does it mean?
Amazing or impressive. Okay. But as we say in Iraq, his face was giving some colors. So he seemed very upset. And I was like, oh my God. He thought that terrific means something negative, like horrific.
Or terrible. Yeah.
Or terrible.
Horrific or terrible, yeah.
Yeah, so because they are kind of like close in form. So I think what he thought that I said horrific or terrible. And I talked to him and I said, what did you know when I said terrific? Because I meant something very positive. And he said, oh, I just thought that you said my English is very bad. And I said, I knew it, because the way you looked when I said that word just gave me the whole reaction. So the idea is that I think that there is some very good progress for your writing. But there's always but. But there are a few things that I wanted to highlight. So I wanted to tell you that verbally, شفهيا.
Do you need my laptop?
You don't need my. I don't think that we should be restricted to use laptops or anything. I can tell you that, and you can listen, and because you wrote that, so you're not copying and pasting, so you don't have an idea about what you wrote.
Yeah.
My general concern comes from the fact that you do not connect paragraphs correctly. So there should be some sequence. So whenever I told you about the scenes in the movies, they always try to connect one through the other.
Yeah.
Like, for example, they show you the end of one movie in the beginning, and they help you just always think about what's going to happen next. Or sometimes you hear the sound of the next scene before you see the scene. And that is just sequence and smooth transition. We call that smooth transition. So when we are reading, we do not see the reader, the writer speaking in front of us, because that is going to give us more indication about what he means, if he is upset or happy or sad or satirical. That will all be manifested in his shape, but we don't see him. We see numbers and words. So there should be some smooth transition among the paragraphs. For example, you end the paragraph number 1, which is, you've done a great job paraphrasing that from the question. I think you have reached very solid level in paraphrasing, and this is something that we've been working on hard.
That makes me feel positive, okay?
I am not, well, wait until the end to see if I'm always...
we always give positive, then we give negative.
Securing the occupation.
Hello?
Securing an occupation is preferable by some individuals that's getting a high level education. I would say the word getting, you don't need to watch anything on laptop. I'm telling you that because that is going to help you back. When we say getting is not indication of very high level academic writing, Ahmed.
I know, but I couldn't find a replacement for that word, so I used
it. You can say acquiring, securing, obtaining.
I use securing, but I forgot acquiring.
Okay.
I didn't want to use the securing word twice. That's why I
will teach you a trick. I will teach you a trick that will help you 100% if you get stuck in this sort of things, okay? And it will help you so much in your writing. When you think of the word getting and you give your chance to your mind to think about alternatives or options, your mind is going to get lost because you do not give your mind enough details about the sort of things that he's looking for. You just give him a chance to look at your mental dictionary, and eventually maybe your brain is not going to find the best choice. So you need to give more details to your brain to find words for that sort of word, which is getting. What we can do is to tell our brain, I want you to find the word in letter A that is similar to the word.
We discussed this in the previous lecture or conference.
Reminder.
It's A. Yeah. It's A. So I can find acquiring. B. I don't find any word. I didn't find any word.
If you do not find the word in B, you maybe rephrase the sentence to choose another word with B here and in this situation. If you do not, you go to C and then D, then E and F and G and so on and so forth. So that trick is going to help your mind narrow down the period of research for the right period of search for the right word. Okay. What I noticed here, and I said, this is a professional paraphrasing style, and it will give you a great chance to write better. And I think that's exactly what you wrote in the paraphrasing of the first part. But you just did not accomplish enough job to smoothly transition to the next one, which is job requiring higher school education are limited. And what we can discuss here is the fact that you just need to add one sentence in the introduction to create some smooth transition. Just say something that transitions from paragraph 1 to paragraph 2. The second comment that I have, and you will see that once you open your laptop later, I want you to fix the comment that I sent you and change what I suggested to be changed to.
Okay.
when you say on the other hand,